Hello everyone. I'd like to talk a little bit about our JV 2019 football season. It was an honor. Let me start by thanking EVAC for allowing me and asking me to participate and entrusting me to invest in those boys and, God willing, make an impact building their character and godly principles. I want to thank Daniel Keller, who I literally couldn't have done without. I started the season telling the boys that I would be the character coach and the head football coach in name only, and Daniel would be the football coach. He knew all the plays, he called all the plays, he strategized, he made adjustments, just as a veteran football coach would. I also want to thank Scott Malm and would like to encourage you guys, any of you that know him, to do so as well. He's been coaching EVAC for years, even now that he doesn't have any kids in it. And he has a system in place which, regardless of age, all the players have the same system. And when you can come into the season knowing the plays, the learning curve is limited, and it's a huge benefit. Almost all my players knew more in all the plays, and I didn't, and it was just a huge benefit. That being said, we did have a couple of new players, and that's where I want to start. Brody Mallow was one of our new players this year, and we recognized his skills right away. We knew he'd be instrumental in our offense, but what we didn't know was at the beginning of the season, our starting quarterback would be out with a concussion. And so Brody stepped up in his very first game in EVAC, was our starting quarterback, and we won. He was a joy to coach and has a servant's heart. Isaiah Martin was our other new player, and he picked up the plays really quickly. When I think of Isaiah, I think of all-out effort. He went hard every play, and that's a coach's dream. Zachariah Davidsaver was our hands player. He, when we needed a sure catch, a short yardage catch, a sure catch, we'd go to Z4. He could catch anything. I also noticed his speed really increased during the season, and you can't just decide to be faster. You got to work at that. John Holmberg was instrumental on defense. He's tall and he has speed. He's able to shut down the bigger defenders on the other teams. Great attitude and was an encouragement to other players. Ethan Keller was consistently our go-to player. He had the most touchdowns and has great football skills. He also has a competitive drive and coaches love to coach players with that competitive drive. Ben Zazik was our most versatile player. We could, and I think we did, play him at every position on the field. His attitude is always positive and usually responded absolutely whenever we asked anything of him. Sam Meehan was our most improved. A couple of years ago, the ball would usually bounce off his hands, but his determination really showed with some great catches, even one under his legs. And I appreciate his teachability, especially because I can be harder on my own son than others. David Castillo has exceptionally quick feet. Made him able to cut and move and make people miss. He was a joy to coach, and his attitude and effort was always consistent. Josh Parker was our energy. While he had great speed and such an asset to the team, when we needed a boost of energy or just some fun, I would ask Josh to provide that. His joy and goofiness was infectious. Mark Moselman was our heart. As on any football team, the most important position drives the team with their play. He was an incredibly consistent passer, rarely missed his targets, and he always went all out in practice, even to the level of giving himself a concussion. We didn't let him run that drill much anymore after that. And finally, Captain Josh Kutz. Daniel and I discussed at the beginning of the season that we felt like at some point, at some age, about this age, it's important to have a captain. This player would be asked more of than others and would have the authority to hold others accountable. When we thought of a player that had the character and the leadership quality to do that, we both thought of Josh Kutz. He was a consistent player for us on the field. We knew his knowledge of rules would come in handy, but what we didn't know was that at one time, the referees had to ask Josh about a rule so he could enforce it correctly. We were so proud. I was honored to be able to coach this team. I was pleased that everyone contributed, everyone had a chance to score, and I believe they developed great friendships. We had great success on the field, achieving a 12-4 record. The only reason we didn't go to the playoffs is because our varsity was better and only one team could. They were the eventual champions. And while that was satisfying, I was more proud of the growth, the effort, and the friendships that were forged. Good job, guys, for His glory.